Bruce Cluckhone, Associated Press. Teddy Bridgewater's return to the Minnesota Vikings active roster is one of Sunday's best stories. However, Case Keenum is the team's starting quarterback and should remain so, especially after his 4-touchdown effort against the Washington Redskins. "I've got a plan," head coach Mike Zimmer said after the team's 3,830 victory, per Viking Update's Tim Yata. "Sometimes plans change. Players deserve to be rewarded for outstanding play, and the Vikings aren't in a position to make a change after Keenum's standout performance." The sixth-year veteran had opportunities to start at previous stops, but he never presented the long-term potential franchises prefer from the position. He still doesn't yet HES the best fit for what the Vikings do now, which is enough to keep Minnesota in the Super Bowl conversation. Quarterback is the focus of every organization, and the lack of a quality signal caller often dooms most teams before they even step onto the field. The Vikings are flipping the script by relying on the run game and defense. The margin for error decreases with this approach, but other franchises such as the Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos have been successful in recent years and even championship caliber by taking this exact approach. Granted, Keenum isn't Russell Wilson or even an aging Peyton Manning, but HES the perfect distributor in Pat Shurmur's offense at this point in time. His best can be exceptional even for a former undrafted free agent now with his third organization. The NCAA's all-time leading passer was deemed too small with not enough arm talent, yet HES found ways to make plays every time HES been allotted an opportunity. Keenum torched Washington's defense with 304 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. It's the second time this season since taking over for the injured Sam Bradford that Keenum surpassed the 300-yard plateau. In his 7 starts, the Vikings are 52 overall, including a 4-game winning streak, and Keenum owns a 63.5 completion percentage with 1,774 passing yards and a 2.10 overall touchdown-to-interception ratio. Of course, Zimmer has to reconsider his previous plans. Keenum forced him to do so, and the coach should be ecstatic. A change isn't needed. A year ago, the offense fell apart around Bradford. The offensive line developed into a full-blown disaster. Adrian Peterson only played 3 games, and the skill positions lacked options. Bradford set an NFL record with a 71.4 completion percentage last season, and it didn't matter. Minnesota finished 88 overall and missed the postseason. However, the success he experienced translated to this year's team. Shurmur's offense is rooted in West Coast passing principles he once learned as an assistant under Andy Reid. The quarterback serves as point guard, quickly getting the ball out of his hand and allowing the team's playmakers to create after the catch. Keenum doesn't need a cannon attached to his right shoulder. He can threaten defenses vertically after establishing a rhythm passing game, as seen in the following 49-yard completion to Adam Thielen, courtesy of NFL.com. NFL at NFL, at Case Keenum goes deep. Hello, at Thielen 19. Got M for 49. Skol https://t.coke1 bogov May 5 20171112 195,525. The 29-year-old quarterback isn't without his faults. Keenum threw a pair of second-half interceptions that allowed Washington to remain within striking distance. Myself, put us in a tough spot, he admitted, per Yata. Keenum does have a little gunslinger in his makeup, even if HES not going to make anyone forget about Brett Favre. He's willing to force some throws into tight windows, yet HES at his best just serving as a precision passer, making quick decisions and allowing the surrounding cast to accentuate his style of play. Bridgewater spent the early portions of his career before his knee injury taking the same approach. Peterson served as the team's focal point. Despite being a first-round pick, Bridgewater wasn't asked to carry the offense most of the time. In fact, Keenum already has as many 300-yard games in 7 starts this year as Bridgewater did during the entire 2015 campaign. Peterson is no longer in the backfield, and the Vikings had to overcome Dalvin Cook's season-ending ACL injury. 2. The group continues to grid out yards behind a much-improved defensive line. 4 new starters are now featured. Free agent additions Riley Reiff and Mike Remmers are settled at defensive tackle. This year's third-round pick, Pat Elflein, has started all 9 games. Nick Eastman also took over at left guard for Alex Boone, who was released prior to the regular season.